after aisle of groceries, or hardware stacked to the rafters. Most megastores have one objective: build the biggest big box possible, fill it to the rim, and start reeling in the customers. But one megastore in Missouri has taken a totally different approach. They've packed their store with outdoor attractions, and in the process, become the biggest tourist destination in the state.
Believe it or not, we're not at SeaWorld. We are actually at Bass Pro, a retail store.
Welcome to the original Bass Pro Shop in Springfield, Missouri. At a whopping 330,000 square feet, it's one of the largest outdoor stores in the world. And with more than 4 million visitors each year, it's also the busiest.
It's a natural history museum, it's a conservation education center, it's an aquarium.
It's just amazing. There's so much to see that it's almost like an amusement park.
4 million people come through the doors of this store every year. Their chins fall down to their chest and their eyes get big and they're wow.
With good reason. Bass Pro has moved heaven and earth to bring outdoor sports indoors. For gun enthusiasts, they buried a 100-yard long, solid concrete rifle range, 6 feet under the parking lot.
The rifle booth is a 100-yard rifle booth. We have target ranges from 7, 15, 25, 50, and 100 yards. It's one of the few long-range rifle booths available to the public in Missouri. As a matter of fact, I think it's the only long-range one.
But it's not just outdoor sports Bass Pro has brought indoors. It's the outdoors itself, or at least an exact replica.
If you'll look in our boat showroom and fishing department, it very much looks like the swamps of the South. As you transcend through the store, you get into more of the Midwest Ozarks feel. As you get down on this end of the building, you get into the Mountain West. We have grizzly bears from Alaska, and we have bighorn sheep. There's mountain lions in this display as well.
In an effort to keep outdoor enthusiasts coming back, Bass Pro recently brought in a 9,000-pound bronze deer statue, so large it had to be lowered in through the roof. As if that wasn't enough to captivate customers, there's a project underway to recreate the Missouri forest in autumn, complete with 35-foot-tall sycamore trees. In the wild, it takes 80 years to grow a tree this size. But at Bass Pro, a team of designers working round the clock can create one in just 2 weeks out of steel, foam, and epoxy.
Once the tree's formed, we'll go ahead and put the epoxy in, we'll apply it, and you can see, I'm pressing it on, I'm getting a release from a bark compression on this root down here. Once we're down to that part, we'll come back, we'll moss the tree, put the vines in, we'll bring everything back into it like it would be in the nature.
It's all part of an effort to keep the customers coming in and maintain Bass Pro's status as the Show Me State's favorite landmark. Though it's hard to believe this complex operation started out as a simple dream of one young fisherman.
This whole shop started from one thing, and that's passion, people loving to fish. I grew up here in the Ozarks, I love to fish, and my dad had a liquor store down the road. And I talked my dad into letting me put in fishing tackle in his store down the street.
Johnny Morris's love of fishing ultimately led him to install 8 aquariums, totaling 150,000 gallons. The aquariums are the largest attraction at any of Bass Pro's 56 stores, and they contain 109 species of aquatic life.
You're going to see a lot of the largemouth bass. You'll see smallmouth bass, lake sturgeon, walleye, char, any of the fish almost that you find in the local waters you'll find here.
The aquarium is staffed with a team of trained biologists, like Mitch Wakefield, who keeps tabs on the fish and keeps customers entertained.
Not a lot of stores do find scuba divers. My guess would be Bass Pro Shop would be about it. Pretty neat experience to see a scuba diver in the middle of the fish tank while shopping.
Pick any of the 600-plus animals in the store, and Mitch can tell you its age, origin, and complete medical history, even if there are dozens more just like it. That's because each animal has been individually cataloged through an advanced monitoring system.
As with all big stores, inventory is a challenge, trying to figure out what you have and where it is. And the way we do that is we put a passive integrated transponder, a PIT tag, inside of them.
No bigger than a grain of rice, a pit tag houses a tiny microchip and radio transmitter. Once activated, the transmitter relays a code specifically programmed into each individual chip, and therefore each animal.
We're able to scan it to come up with a number that is unique to this snake. It is a 13-digit alphanumeric code just for him.
Even with the pit tags, taking care of all this aquatic life is a non-stop job. A foreign contaminant, or even a few degrees change in temperature, can jeopardize an entire ecosystem. So Bass Pro depends on an enormous filtration system to scrub clean every fluid ounce of water a fish takes in.
The water enters the top of this filter, pushes down through the sand, and then out the bottom, and then delivers it to a specific location. The sand is catching the detritus, which keeps the water clear.
With 150,000 gallons of water coursing through the store, it takes 30 sand filters to keep it all fresh. Each filter is capable of recycling a full bathtub every 35 seconds. But no matter how advanced the filtration system is, dirt and grime are bound to collect on the rocks and logs in the tank. That's where Bass Pro's team of scuba divers comes in, attacking the problem with high-powered vacuums.
When you have a tank at home, you vacuum it, you scrub it, you do all that. We have to get in to do that.
Getting to watch chores like these up close is part of what draws visitors to Bass Pro. Of course, the goal isn't just to entertain.
By the way, we do sell retail.
Though ringing up 11,000 customers a day while keeping tabs on 600 wild animals is no easy feat. Heating and cooling costs are one of the most expensive aspects of operating a megastore. For a megastore that measures more than 4 million square feet and is located in one of the coldest states in the country,
wheel it up.
the challenge can be monumental.
Wheel it up.
To the Mall of America in Bloomington, Minnesota. Thanks to its 520 retail outlets, numerous restaurants,
wheel it up.
the Mall of America is the largest retail shopping center in the country.
7 days after we put it inside the mall. 258 chassis of
You know,
vehicles
yeah,
and
wheel it up.
32 Boeing 747 fit in the mall.
It's broken.
It's seriously huge.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Each week, the
You know,
mall
yeah, we...
700,000 visitors. That's equivalent to the entire population of the city of Boston.
The Mall of America is basically a city in and of itself.
Been keeping this city-sized megastore warm, including Minnesota visitors, which also in the last amount of use. But the Mall of America has found a unique solution to the problem. They put their customers to work. And their job
Use Samsung
is heating the mall.
self-healing technology.
Our building has no heaters. It's never had any heaters, no central plants, no boilers, and yet we can stay 72 degrees year-round.
What the heck does this actually work? Let's see if Samsung can actually repair itself.
With the body heat of every patient. Daily visitors supply half the heat needed to warm the mall. The other half comes from the building's 350,000 square feet of skylight.
When the city is used for cameras that are used to keep this building, these cameras go for 3 foot by 6 foot and extra thick to protect against hailstones. And the unique angle of all the cameras captures the sunlight at the maximum level.
The skylights are essentially a one-way door for the sun's rays. Solar radiation passes through the panels as short-wave infrared light. Once it hits the surface inside the mall, it turns to thermal energy and takes on a longer wavelength, which contrasts back through the skylight. The combination of sunlight and body is so efficient that maintenance crews sometimes have to run air conditioners in the dead of winter.
We have plenty of air conditioners, enough to air condition about 12,000 homes. But the heat part of it gets taken care of because the building was built to try to contain the heat.
So, the one-hand mechanics control the plant to keep customers shopping year-round.
Weather's generally perfect all the time.
But keeping all that retail space properly heated isn't even the
These
biggest
Fabletics
challenge
men's
facing
pants
this
are
megastore.
truly goated. They're made
Because
from
it receives more visitors than restaurants, downtown, and Disney World combined. The biggest problem facing the Mall of America is traffic. Customers at Mall of America generate more than 20 tons of waste every day. Eliminate parking attractions, shopping floors, or calm down one of the building's dozens of garbage cans. If it's trash, and it's in the mall, it ends up here, in the building's lowest level, way beneath the shore, where the trash is being handled by the mall's waste management team. This year, I took 1,000 trash
The average probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 2,000 to 3,000 tons of cardboard recycled a year, depending on the material.
Cardboard is just the beginning. Every month, up to 75 tons of aluminum and other scrap metal is hand sorted and sent to Hollywood for smelting. Up to 4,000 tons of waste is hauled away for compost. And yesterday's French fry oil is tomorrow's gas.
We average about 3,000 gallons a month of vegetable oil recycled, which is currently going to a manufacturer that's making biodiesel, which is currently running in a 50% blend in my diesel pickup truck parked over on the other side of the dock.
All the extra food from the food courts and the restaurants in the mall goes to a livestock program that feeds 2,500 cows.
All in all, the mall's waste management team recycles 4,700 tons of trash every year, enough to fill more than 600 garbage trucks. It's all part of a
What the
massive
heck?
effort to keep the
You can
Mall of
remove
America
spray paint from a
squeaky
car?
clean for its
So I
customers.
couldn't find the exact same spray. Plus, some people said that WD-40 removes spray paint from the
Before the
car.
Mall of America
Let's see if this
was built,
actually works. I hope
local
it does.
sports
All right, here we go. Hot pink.
were on their favorite team.
It used to
All
be Mass
right,
Stadium.
there it is.
That's where the
Now
plant
we
is.
spray it with some
Not
WD-40.
far from where home plate used to be.
Oh.
Now stands the Mall of
Let
America.
it soak in. All right, moment of truth.
The
Let's
largest
remove
indoor
it.
amusement park in the country.
Okay, kind of. It's a little bit hard to remove, but it does come off slowly. I don't know if I recommend it, but it works.
Every morning, 4 hours before the mall opens, a team of master mechanics personally inspects every inch of the run. Just one loose bolt can compromise the entire structure. And some rides have more than 1,500 bolts that need inspection. so mechanics use painted markers to ensure every bolt is properly torqued.
We can look at these in a very short period of time, severely almost, without having to really get up on the ladder.
I just got to cooking this brisket. I just gotta cut into this bush right here real quick.
Workers also inspect the undercarriage with 42 roller coaster signs to ensure brakes are bolted down tight and the base is securely fastened to the frame.
Tires at 1 piece. Overall, wheel, diabetic wheel, upshot wheel, all looks good. So, we'll run some cars along.
The safety inspection has to be completed before the mall opens for business. And before the amusement park's 12,000 daily visitors start pouring in.
What's this thing? What's this thing?
Laughing.
What's this? What's this?
Trying random hacks I found on Instagram. What did I do wrong? Trying random hacks I found on Instagram. What did I do wrong? Trying random.
It's the partsontheworkers.com. The most satisfying painting you'll ever see. Oh, whoa, the way that just like grabbed onto the window, I don't even know how to explain. What is he writing though? Why are you painting on a window, dude? Gas? Oh, cat. 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 Oh, is that a dollar sign? Cat. This is gas, I think. Gas. Save. Saver. Okay. Oh, he's just window painting for a car. I was so confused for a second. What? I thought it said cash, then gas. But okay, gas saver.
When the city think they got you, but you a mechanic.
Macy's is really the mother of all my. And because the store itself dates back to the beginning of the 20th century, it is a concept that has remained technically on the cutting edge of
When the city think they got you, but you a mechanic.
When you think of shopping in New York City, the first thing that pops into your mind is
Watch me remove this hair. What's happening here looks crazy to the average person, but this is actually the quickest and most efficient way to remove bulk hair. And because I take my time chipping away at the base, it's painless for the customer. All of this hair is going to come off in one piece, and what lies beneath are waves waiting to be set. Sometimes people need to change, and whenever a customer needs change, I'm here to help. Follow me for the last part. Watch me remove this hair. What's happening here looks crazy to the average person, but this is actually the quickest and most efficient way to remove bulk.
to 150 feet per minute. Each of Newton's 72 actuators makes approximately 160,000 revolutions annually. At that rate, in just 1 year, this transportation system could move the entire population of New York City to the scale to 3 million buildings.
Mechanics of an escalator is quite simple. Like a pipe chain, you have 2 sprockets, one on the bottom, one at the top. You have 2 technique stairs that run between them, and it runs constantly.
Escalators in department stores are something we've come to take for granted. But at the dawn of the 20th century, the concept was revolutionary.
The earliest escalators and the history of department stores actually dates back to Macy's Herald Square.
More people moving to the store meant more profit. Macy's, like New York City, started growing at light speed.
New York City developed into this large commercial hub, and it's thanks in part to commercial retail. They made high volume commercial retail space possible through the use of vertical transport, like the escalator.
Escalators are just part of the transportation system needed to move people and products through this vertical megastore. With the arrival of more than 400 tons of merchandise per hour, Macy's also relies on one of the largest systems of trading. Can lift up to 20,000 pounds of merchandise at a time. The 4 largest can accommodate
Can you finish this watermelon all by yourself?
This allows Macy's to achieve deliveries without adding to the congestion on one of New York City's busiest streets.
Bro, look at this hole. Dude, that's from Weston going over with the scooter. Motherfucker's so big. Dude, these are made of fiberglass, bro. Damn. I should not leave that there like that. Bro, look at this hole. Dude, that's from... Whose lives are easier, guys or girls?
Girls for sure.
Why?
Because automatically they just get guys in their shit, and guys, I don't know.
Well, when you look like you, but what if they don't look like you? Is their life still easier than a guy?
See, that's just a pickup line.
No, it's not a pickup line. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, they're not getting shit in their lives.
Does it mean more attractive people's lives are easier?
I mean, I guess it just depends.
Okay.
It's situational.
Whose lives are easier, guys?
Gurbet eller haram geçmez günler anam hasret gurbet.
Yo, I would not pay for this. Like, yo, I mean, it looks dope and all, but like this minuscule amounts of food, like who is this feeding? I mean, it looks dope, but like this probably mad expensive for no reason.
Can't you just lift it up and like take the bike? Hey, yo, shut up. How come my car got park, reverse, neutral?
Let me show you what happens when you
They're taken back to their rooftop bags to rest and relax.
Most customers will never see them, but they're there. They're always there.
Would you like our
Another example of the mother of all megastores has mastered the challenge of this vertical design.
Would you like our pass?
Groundbreaking logistics. And above all, manpower. As the wheels of commerce keep turning, entrepreneurs, engineers, and of course customers will continue to push megastores to even greater extremes. Concrete bunkers, huge guns, a gauntlet of piercing, blocking, and exploding obstacles, plus thousands of well-armed German soldiers. The only way to defeat Hitler's Germany was to breach this daunting line of defenses. Now, the Atlantic Wall on modern marbles.
Devin Glenn.
It came out all blurry.
What came out blurry?
Today, scattered along the coast of Western Europe, lie remnants of advanced fortifications erected during World War II to protect Hitler's Germany against an Allied invasion. In France, along the Normandy coast, the beaches are quiet now, except for the winds that blow off the English Channel and the waves that brush against the shore. Guns and tanks that remain are rusted or on display in museums that safeguard the memory of what happened here on June 6, 1944. D-Day.
It's the most important day of the 20th century. Everything before that led up to it. Everything since has been a consequence of what happened on today.
It was the day that the Allied armies of America, Britain, and Canada breached the barrier that made an entire continent a fortress. Hitler's Atlantic Wall.
The Atlantic Wall was one of the great walls of history. There are many great walls: the Great Wall of China, the Roman Wall, which walled off the barbarians from the Roman Empire, and then the long, long wall that Hitler built from Norway, the entire Atlantic coast, to try to block Europe off from the Americans and the British.
The Atlantic Wall defenses extended along nearly 3,000 miles of coastline, from the Arctic Circle to the Pyrenees Mountains along Spain's northern border. The Atlantic Wall was not a continuous barrier, but rather a series of fortified locations. Between the man-made defenses, precipitous cliffs and rocky shorelines provided natural barriers to keep invaders at bay. The most imposing features along the Atlantic Wall were massive concrete bunkers, built to protect the all-important guns installed there to destroy an approaching invasion fleet.
The heaviest artillery was 40.6 centimeter gun. There were several of them, 7 in Norway and 3 in France. There were Navy guns shooting quite precise over a range of maximum 30-35 miles.
Bunkers were also designed to serve as observation posts, ammunition stockpiles, communication centers, troops' quarters, and to store supplies and food to sustain the men stationed on the wall.
Here, south of Ostende in Belgium, lies a typical stretch of Atlantic Wall construction. What you see there is the fire control post of coastal battery. What you see here is an emplacement with an anti-aircraft gun, and very special, because it's still there, a system of covered trenches. These are normal trenches but covered, protecting soldiers running forth in these corridors, and also protecting
just because I'm not posting.
To help obscure the bunkers and guns from Allied aerial reconnaissance, the Germans blanketed them with camouflage netting. From the air, Allied observers could see the array of obstacles designed to block an invasion on the beaches. But hidden beneath the water's surface often lurked a menacing gauntlet of death and destruction.
During the war, the challenge for the Germans was to block every possible attempt of invasion by the Allies. And for that purpose, they didn't only build thousands of bunkers, but they covered literally the beach with hundreds of thousands of beach obstacles.
Not only obstacles, but also thousands of kilometers barbed wire and bunkers on the Atlantic Wall. Between the bunkers, on the fields, and do not forget the mines. About more than 6 million mines have been placed all over the coast.
The Atlantic Wall was a fortification of such magnitude that only the most ambitious